Alright peeps, welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host Lipstickpaddy, and today I'm looking at Homeworld Fleet Command board game. Yesterday I took a look at Andromeda's Edge, which I did a brutal look at that game. I really did not like it. Devoid of art and theme. Yep, we have some better examples on this Kickstarter, that's for sure. We have a better board, that's for sure. And all that good stuff. There's a few problems I have with this game, but it is, of course, not final. And I think the biggest problem could be addressed simply done. So let's get on with this thing. It's fast-playing rules. Yes, it has solo, co-op, and PvP. PvP is interesting, yeah. Big fleet battles, combined boxes to have massive armadas, and lots of dice rolling. So yeah, it does have a theme. I love Homeworld from Blackbird Interactive. I love that. Not seeing Blackbird Interactive anywhere on this. Gearbox, yes, they are the publishers, but not having anyone from Blackbird Interactive working on any of this, especially the art, is quite sad to see. And surely Gearbox. I don't know, when people come to you and say, can we do a board game of your game? I think I would have said, yes, but you need to use the artist from the game to help design the art on it. I think that would be better, because if you look at the box art, it has this dynamic picture of Homeworld and it looks stunning. It reminds you of playing the game, all this good stuff. Board looks interesting. You've got lots of minis moving around, all this stuff. You've got a set of ships. You're basically spending points to get an army. It's fleet battles, essentially. 30 to 60 minute is fairly quick, and a big part of the game is that it's a real-time strategy, so you have got to go out there and mine things to kind of grow bigger armies than that, but that seems to have been overlooked here. This is simply a combat game, and Homeworld is certainly not a combat game. It's a real-time strategy, and you do need to it's important to get out there and start mining. Right, so I'm trying to go down here as part stuff here. Interesting campaign that's going to bring you to Karak, you know, the Battle of Karak. Another great RTS from Blackbird Interactive based on the series, The Planet. That's going to be really good. That's going to be an interesting part of the game, is to play that campaign, definitely. It does say learn by learn, step-by-step scenarios, so it looks like it's a simple teach, of course, yeah. And you can buy copies. I love this board that you can turn over. This is the, it looks a bit like the Kharkov planet with loads of ships that have been destroyed there because of the Battle of Kharkov. So you are basically doing the battle before all of those ships that are down on the planet. So this is kind of preceding all the history of that game, right? You're fighting out in the skies, and everyone that dies is going to crash down on the planet, and then you're going to be shipbreaking in the video game for it. Really cool. Anyway, so all that's in theme. No. These minis, why are they all just sitting on the board? Should they not be on pegs, like translucent bases with a peg, so it looks like it's flying? It just looks like they're vehicles, ground vehicles, when they're like this. And that's my biggest complaint. The miniatures should look like should be with standee pegs. Would it be so much? I don't know, we're talking a lot of standees, and it would add a lot to what we're doing here, but it is quite expensive, and it's something I would have liked. Now, the Admiral Pledge here that has the other factions here, you are getting a completely different looking faction as well. They're going to be really good to paint up, all of these, and as long as you can get over the fact that they're not on standees and they're going to be really going around like vehicles on the playmat, I don't know. Yeah, that's something that for me is a bit of a compromise. I would have preferred to have seen them on standees, so that they look like flying vehicles. Board design looks cool on both sides. Would have been nice to have a soundtrack from the game, because it has an incredible soundtrack.
Can you open the door for me, because it's too tight and I want to drink something. I cannot open it, it's too tight.
Give me 10 minutes, I'm making a video.
I need you to open the bottom. It's too tight. Can you just open it? Gracias.
Minis themselves look chunky. They have kind of a retail look to them, but it would have been nice to have seen more miniature quality. They're pumping out some fantastic minis in China, and this looks almost old type, and like if you look at the video game, there's far more detail in the ships than what we have in the miniatures here, and it really needs a pass for me because it's just too simplistic from what I know. And again, these were the giant bases at the bottom. The fighters should be flying. It looks just terrible on a base like this. Now, when it comes to the command cards, I think they could have been better designed. It just looks very kind of, I don't know, a prototype. The unit cards, the art on them, this is why Blackbird Interactive, the concept artist, could have been working on these, because he would have shown these ships in a more dynamic way. So you're halfway there. Well, I would prefer that if it was placeholder and we got the concept artist coming in and working on that. That would make these cards really shine. And but at the minute it looks like you've just kind of brought it over the image of the ship and just copy pasted it with a background, and it looks kind of too photoshoppy, too quick, and that's why it looks like it could need a definite pass. The dice look so boring and look like retail dice. They desperately need to be fixed, and the rest of the stuff based on combat is fairly okay. I do like these chits here with the art on them. They look really cool, and yeah, they've just got these kind of discs for the planets, which is a little bit of a disappointment, I guess. If you look at planet discs from other games, they've done a better job, and again, it's just not using the right artist for the job. I mean, you've bought the IP, surely you can hire the Homeworld concept artist would be the path to go, because you've obviously hired an artist to do the board, and why they can't do some great card art is beyond me. So yeah, having them flat on the board is a real bugbear, and they really should be up flying. The fighters look terrible and they're just on these flat discs. So yeah, I've got to scratch my head at that. It needs the concept artist, I think, to come over and give it a lift. The concept artist as well could look at your other card art and make them less prototypey. And really, it's a little bit of disappointment is the minis and the card art. Fascinated by the RPG Homeworld that's on this page. We'll look at that in a minute. But the aspect of the campaign is great. I do like that. yeah, the expansion box is going to give you another board, which is nice, and more areas to fight over. Just gives you more ships to have bigger armies though. Again, these cards, same background for each image, and they've just photoshopped in a picture of the card, but they could be done so much better. Yeah. I'm kind of flummoxed that they're using that. So yeah, here is the Homeworld Revelations Game Masters bundle. This is the RPG. We get the RPG dice. Look really cool. They look better than the dice you've got in the game, for goodness sake. Why can't you offer those dice up? It has the nice screen with a massive dynamic art that looks fantastic. Why is that artist not done the cards? I don't know. You've used the artist in one hand and not used him on the other hand. So yeah, the gameplay looks interesting, but I don't think I would want to get the game just because the minis aren't floating. The card art could be better, and without that, it's too much of a compromise. And I am a Kickstarter snob, and I want a game with no compromises, especially on the art department or on the mini department and all that stuff. So need to fix the art on the cards, get the IP prototype, it looks like an IP prototype, needs to get addressed for my money, and maybe that should have been part of the deal from Gearbox. So maybe I need to throw the hate at Gearbox for letting the IP just go to where this game is. I wouldn't have greenlit it with those kind of worries, you know. If Gearbox love Homeworld that much, why have they compromised and let it be a pass that you've got miniatures not flying, like X-Wing? And why have you got these card art that makes the game look dreadful? Like, get dynamic shots of these ships that are absolutely fantastic. I mean, what's going on? Playing this game should make you be interested in the Homeworld video game, but the art is not inspirational, let's say that much. Alright peeps, let me know what you think of Homeworld. For me, it's another compromised sci-fi game. The one from yesterday and today, not happy with both. Both suffering from lack of art in the correct departments. Homeworld, I feel, could be fixed quicker than the abomination from yesterday with Andromeda's Edge. The less to say about that now, the better. I've said my 2 cents, 5 cents, and even 10 cents on that Kickstarter. But Homeworld Fleet Command, almost there, but sadly not there yet. When are you coming out? August this year. Dear me, that's super quick. So can't recommend it then. I don't think they are going to put these on pegs, and I don't think the art is going to change, and with that, it's a compromised Kickstarter. I do not recommend it. So on that bombshell, thank you so much for watching. I've been the host, Lipstickpaddy. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye from me.